So, I feel like I should make this video because Daybreak have literally ruined the game that I've enjoyed for a really long time. They have made it the most trash game. I will go as far to say that in the current state that H1Z1 is in, it is one of the most, if not the most, broken game on the Steam market. And there's a lot of games on the Steam market, ladies and gentlemen, but it is a pure trash game. Now let's start by first talking about what all they removed from the game to make it as noob friendly as humanly possible while we're trying to make it a competitive game. That's right, like, isn't this game supposed to be competitive? Didn't they just have a $300,000 tournament and this game's supposed to be competitive and it has a skill gap that is smaller than an Asian stick? Now let's talk about what all they ruined in the game. First off, they somehow made it to where people don't have footsteps anymore. You got me, I don't know, but people don't have footsteps in the game anymore. You can't hear someone coming when they try to sneak up on you, you know, they just do not have footsteps. Now second, they ruined the hit registration while strafing left or right. Not only does your bullets go into outer space, but they never hit the face. Now there was always an issue of bullets not hitting people's face before, but now, not only is strafing broken, but also when you do hit people's faces, somehow the Lammy takes it. Tell me how that happens, I don't know. But they also made it to where that cop cars and all their other vehicles, since they added hit markers for whatever reason to the vehicles, because noobs need to know when they're hitting your vehicle so they can shoot it and not even know how to aim. All they gotta do is wait until they get a white hit marker and then they know they're hitting their vehicle and then they keep shooting it. Don't know why we needed those hit markers in the game, Daybreak, but they added them for whatever reason. And they also made the hitbox of the car much bigger, so that's always great, you know. Instead of hitting somebody while they're behind the car, you just hit the car and get a white hit marker and then they kill you. Now next, they also made it to where that when you jump into the vehicle while holding shift and try to boost, it says your vehicle's missing parts or has run out of gas and you can't drive, so you have to let off of the key and then you try to drive again. They made it to where you don't have run looting anymore. Yeah, that's what we needed in the game, you know. You don't need to run loot, it needs to be realistic. This is PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds. This is the most realistic game on the Steam market, and we need to stand still while we're on a bag so that someone that has 2 hours played on the game can shoot you off the bag while you're standing still on it, and you have to, you know, just deal with it because there's nothing else you can do. And they had to remove that, you know, they had to get on that because that was breaking the game. You could not, you know, have a skill gap of run loading. Now next, they decided that you did not need drop shotting in the game. If you hit Z and drop onto your stomach and shoot someone, that is unfair for the person that doesn't know how to aim down immediately and shoot you, or know how to hit Z on their own. You gotta, you know, make it fair, where everyone is either standing or crouching. Now they said they removed crouching a long time ago, crouch spamming. Did they? No, they didn't, you know. You don't need to, you know, remove crouch spamming, which is actually a broken mechanic in the game where you can just spam C as fast as humanly possible, and you know, you're just basically unhittable. That didn't need to be removed from the game, but hitting Z once and dropping to your stomach and shooting people, yeah, that had to be removed. That's broken as shit. Now next, the Asians in the server. Now, you know, they said that they added a nice, you know, region lock, you know, keep the Asians in their own server. The piece of shit Asians that have no hitbox and play on our servers and hack on our servers at that, you know, they just crawl under the floor anytime they are going to lose a gunfight, because I mean, you don't need to stand above the ground when you can just go into the floor. And yeah, they just stay in the servers, you know. It's all cool. They don't have hitboxes. They can't be hit. 90% of them are hacking, and if they ain't, then they're just, you know, not hittable. And yeah, just leave them in the game. It's fine. You don't need a region lock that actually works. You just get a VPN while you're sitting in Asia, and you know, you're good to go. You're into the West Coast server. You're golden. You know, you don't even have to do anything. Just, you know, VPN. You know, make them think that you're in North America, and then boom, you're playing from your Asian house. Now next, something that could have actually fixed the game. You know, the test server just came out with the new updates on it. You got to play on it, and you could actually move really fast. You could actually move insanely fast compared to what you've always been able to, and it was really good. You know, that's really nice. But no, we don't need that in the game. That was a mistake. We didn't mean to put that into the test server. So you know, I just moved it back to where you're as slow as a turtle again. That's great. And what's funny to me is you can fix everything that is wrong with H1. You can literally, if the developers were as good at Daybreak as the developers of Pub Battlegrounds, we would have an insanely amazing game. We would have such a good game. But nah, the people at Daybreak, they just sit around, you know, twirling their thumbs, you know. Hey, you wanna like go get a pizza or something? You know, they don't care, you know. They do not. I've made 3 videos about this. They do not give 2 shits about this game. I don't give a shit if you are the owner of Daybreak and you say you're working all the time. That is bullshit. This stuff that has been broken in the game for like the past couple months, you could literally fix in 1 or 2, maybe at most 3 weeks. 3 weeks you could fix this game. You fix the hit registration, fix the desync, and just all this stupid shit that would be so easy to fix that Battlegrounds has literally done in 1 month or 2 months time, and they do not do anything about it. Now here's what they need to do. They need to fix the freaking audio to where when you get shot it actually makes a sound, because for some reason they decided to remove that, or they screwed up and it removed the sound of you getting hit. Because when you get shot in the game now, guess what? It doesn't make a sound. No, you get hit by a bullet, you know, a 223 bullet to the side. Yeah, that doesn't make a sound at all. Why does that need to make a sound? They need to add team rankings to duos and fives. That's not that big of a deal, but it does need to happen. They told me months ago, probably 6-7 months ago, that they were adding team rankings to duos and fives. How hard is that to freaking get an indicator that you're in silver, platinum, diamond, bronze, whatever the shit, in a team game? How hard is that, Daybreak? How hard? How hard? Literally could do it in probably a week's time, and you know, they're like, we're working on it like 7 months ago. You know, fix the body armors, absorbent headshots. If you shoot somebody and you hit their helmet off and then they're wearing a Kevlar, it hits the Kevlar for whatever reason. And the safe zones in the game, yeah, they're about as accurate as a Chinese person on the NA server, am I right? They aren't accurate at all. You know, Battlegrounds, it has a perfect little circle right there, and guess what? The gas isn't going to touch inside that circle, but the circle on the map in H1Z1, you know, it could be, you know, the circle could be southeast, and the safe zone's going to go northwest in Daybreak's games, you know. You know, for months also, there's been this issue. You know, you spawn down, you see a nice cop car, it's just sitting there. You're like, yeah, I got me a cop car. I can get, you know, a good 20 kill game, 30 kill game going on here. And you get almost to the car and it explodes. It sinks into the ground and it explodes. What's that all about, Daybreak? How hard is it to keep a freaking car above the ground? And you know what I love about this game the most? What I love the most is that someone can be completely across the field from me, and they can be brand new to the game. First game they spawned in, and I could be the #1 player on the leaderboard, and if they spam their mouse as fast as possible, that they bought at the Dollar Tree for $3, guess what? They're gonna kill me. Yep, you just shoot as fast as possible. There's no restriction to, you know, shooting as fast as possible. Why would the bullets be inaccurate shooting as fast as possible? That would make there be a skill gap in the game. Who wants that? Just shoot as fast as you want to, and you'll kill everyone. I mean, it does not matter. You know, you just go at it, dude. You just freaking spam your mouse as fast as you want to, and you know, you'll get 20 kill games your first few games on. Don't try to shoot slowly. Why would you do that? Just shoot as fast as you possibly can. No, there's a huge map in H1Z1, and I love the map. Honestly, it's a great map, and you know, you would think you would have multiple safe zones ending in multiple areas of the map. You know, the northeast of the map, northwest of the map, southwest of the map, southeast of the map, middle of the map, you know, etc., etc. But why would you do that at Daybreak Games when you can just make there be one safe zone that it ends at almost every single time? And that's in Spence Hills, ladies and gentlemen, home of the place where people hide behind trees and wait for you to walk by them and then shoot you with a shotgun in the back, because footsteps, again, do not make any sounds, so they can just hide behind the tree, and then when you walk by it, they just walk out behind you, and you know, there's no sound of the game whatsoever. I can turn my headset on 100%, have my game on 100%, and I've even tried to fool with the settings for footstep sounds in the sound settings file, and sounds, you know, footsteps, they aren't there. You know, there's sounds of owls now and like frogs and shit, but why would you need to hear footsteps when you can hear birds chirping? And you know, that's just another great thing that Daybreak Games has done. But in all seriousness, they still haven't fixed this game, and if they do not soon, if Battlegrounds was a fast-paced game, if they would have just taken H1Z1, made their own copy of it, and made it the exact same, I'm talking exact same thing as H1Z1, and just put a new name on it, which I know it's not possible or they would get sued to shit, but if they could have taken H1 and just put it with the name Battlegrounds, they would have, there would be 2 people on H1 right now, and they would be Asian people, and they would be in the NA server instead of being on the Asian server, and that would literally be the only people in the game, because no one would play the piece of shit game that Daybreak has ruined and made into a game that has the skill gap that's this big. the skill gap in the game is non-existent, and the only skill gap that there is between people that are hacking and people that aren't hacking, and that's only because they have aim assist and they can lock onto your head. Not to mention the dude that was second in he'd been hacking since like 2 seasons ago. And he only didn't get banned because, you know, he just kept it, you know, low on the leaderboards. But he decided, hey, let's just go to the second NA this season. And he actually gets banned because he starts streaming and getting noticed by people. And they notice that he's hacking. That is the only reason he got banned, because the report button does not work anymore. You know, used to in the original map, it popped up at the top of the feed like so-and-so got banned for teaming. So-and-so got banned for hacking, so-and-so. Yeah, that doesn't happen anymore, you know, because Daybreak doesn't ban anyone. Why would you ban people from the game? There's like 2.5 people playing the game already. You can't ban those 2.5 people or you'll have no people on your game. So you gotta let the hackers stay there, because the majority of the people playing right now are hackers, and no one's actually playing the game that's legit. And the only people that are, they are literally dying off day by day playing this piece of shit game. And that's going to end it for my rant here. I'm hoping to God that like someone at Daybreak will open their freaking eyes and fix this piece of shit game before it is too late and it has died and there's some new game that comes onto the scene. Because let me tell you, if a new game comes onto the scene tomorrow and it was a copy of H1Z1, it was the exact same thing, it was just with a different name, it would kill H1 in half an hour. They would be people dropping, I don't care if the game was $50. If it had good hit registration, no freaking Asians, and you know, the game worked flawlessly, they would literally be swarming to buy the game. And, you know, Daybreak just sit back and do nothing. That's my rant for the day.